From its now cherished characters, expertly crafted maps, and outstanding sound design, it's a masterpiece of competitive gameplay. Most importantly of all though, it's never stopped being ridiculously fun after all these years. Overwatch, simply put, is the most fun I've ever had playing a video game. One that I would recommend to anyone without hesitation.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
What's up guys, I hope y'all are having a great day today. A lot of people asked me to take a look at this Overwatch 2020 review from IGN, and well, overall, as you saw from the very beginning of this video, it's basically a grown man looking for every single excuse to literally suck the dick of this game, and overall, this review is by far one of the worst I think I've seen from IGN. Like, this dude has a literal hard-on for this game, and I really don't understand why. Like, Overwatch has gotten progressively worse as time has gone on. Even like the special events, the new skins, everything about this game just gets fucking worse the longer this game is out. But apparently in 2020, Overwatch is nothing short of a masterpiece, which I don't think many people would agree with, especially if they actually play the game. But anyway guys, I figured we'd go ahead and take a look at this fantastic Overwatch review from IGN, because it's not like there's really anything else to talk about in all honesty. So without further ado, let's go ahead and find out why Overwatch in 2020 is an absolute masterpiece.
After 4 years and one IGN Game of the Year award, Overwatch has evolved into a multiplayer shooter that remains at the top of the class. It's a dizzying amalgam of unique character design, stunningly realised style, and compellingly dynamic action. Minutes turn into hours as you're caught up in round after magically exciting round, surrounded by gorgeously crafted maps packed with detail and charm. Overwatch, simply put, is the most fun I've ever had playing a video game.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude, I actually kind of feel bad for this guy. Has he, like, never played video games before in his entire life? Did his parents, like, buy him an Xbox or some shit? And, you know, the only game he's ever played in his entire fucking existence is Overwatch, dude? Like, I actually feel bad for this guy. If you think that Overwatch is the best game you've ever played, like, goddamn, bro, I literally feel pity for you.
Like Newton and the apples.
When we originally reviewed Overwatch in 2016, we called it an incredible achievement in multiplayer shooter design, and one that provides nearly endless opportunities for exhilarating coordinated play, and when you're the one at the centre of it, it feels like nothing else. And even while it's dramatically expanded its roster of distinctive characters and maps since then, none of what made it truly special has changed. None of what made it truly special has changed.
You serious?
I mean, I thought it was kind of an agreed upon thing at this point that Overwatch is getting worse and worse. I mean, just look at every time they add a new hero to the game, like, it completely fucking breaks it. Like, Blizzard does not know how to balance the heroes to save their fucking life. I mean, every time they add a new character, that character is literally fucking broken. Like, even the new maps at this point are just fucking trash, dude. Like, I genuinely don't know how anyone could actually say that Overwatch is more fun now than it was when it released, because back when Overwatch actually came out, it was actually a pretty fun game to play, but now it's just fucking cancer, dude.
It still centers around taking and controlling points on the map or escorting payloads from one end to the other, all at the expense of the enemy team's health bars.
And at the cost of any self-respect you might have for yourself. You can basically throw that shit away if you're playing Overwatch unironically in 2020.
It's a simple setup, and not an altogether original one, but it's the nuance found in how you go about winning each match that makes Overwatch so brilliant. This is a universe bursting with character, not least displayed in the 32 characters themselves. Blizzard has created a world where anything goes and everything flourishes. The robust Reinhardt harks from a high fantasy setting familiar from past Blizzard games. The cyber-drenched Sombra is science fiction incarnate and wouldn't look out of place on the streets of Night City. Then there's the wise and occasionally wild Winston, who could pass as a gorilla cosplaying as Beast from X-Men. Brigitte with a centuries-old mace that's partnered with an energy shield that feels airlifted from a different era of existence. The geneticist Moira can summon biotic orbs from her palms and then evade all incoming damage by fading onto an ethereal plane. Then there's Wrecking Ball, a maniacal hamster that rolls around in a spherical neck of death flanked by 2 chattering machine guns.
But yeah, I sped that shit up because he literally spent like a minute talking about individual fucking heroes in this game, which is so stupid, dude. This game's been out for 4 fucking years. Like, I just genuinely wonder what was even the point of this review, dude. Like, no one is sitting there thinking like, yeah, I really wish there was an IGN review for Overwatch in 2020 that would reflect all the changes in the game. Like, I think most people know what the fuck they're getting into when it comes to Overwatch. I really don't even see why this review needed to fucking exist. Like I said before, it just seems like this guy wanted any opportunity to literally suck this game's dick as much as humanly possible. Like, this man is literally salivating at the opportunity to literally kiss Blizzard's ass when it comes to Overwatch.
It's all a bit delightfully mad. They're largely inspired by, but not simply copy and pasted from other media. Each one is lovingly designed. As a bonus, their interactions before and during matches provide entertaining chemistry and lore aside from the combat unfurling. Having been along for the ride as Blizzard stirred the pot with new additions has been a thrill. Sigma proved difficult to counter at first, especially when paired with Orisa to create a double barrier hellscape. This was just another puzzle to solve though, and his introduction saw a noticeable rise in the amount of close quarters specialists such as Doomfist and Reaper appearing on the battlefield. As a result, I found myself frequently enjoying stringing together combos as Doomfist, a character I'd hardly touched before. The final hero until Overwatch 2, Echo, recently joined the party.
I think this is kind of ironic because Echo is literally broken, dude. Like, her ultimate ability is so spammable, and I think most people who play this game at this point do not like Echo as a hero, but everyone else I've talked to who plays Overwatch that I know hates fucking Echo, and it's the perfect example of Blizzard just not even being able to balance a new hero, and basically what will happen is either Echo will get nerfed into fucking oblivion, no one will ever play her again, maybe they nerf her just the right amount, which that's probably not gonna fucking happen, or better yet, Blizzard will buff a bunch of other heroes that are supposed to counter her and completely fucking break the game again, which that's the most likely situation in all honesty, but this is a very common trend when it comes to new heroes in Overwatch, like that Brigada, or I don't even know what her fucking name is, but that bitch, she was fucking broken when she released, and it completely fucked up the entire game, so I think this is the perfect demonstration of Blizzard just not even knowing how to fucking balance in their own video game, and I think it's pretty ironic that this motherfucker is talking about this hero in a positive light when, for the most part, everyone seems to fucking hate her.
And her ultimate is a real game changer. Echo can take the form of any member on the other team and use all of their abilities, and that lets you effectively have two of the same hero on your team, which we haven't been allowed to do in years. It's somewhat fitting that the last addition to the roster echoes back to how Overwatch was originally played when it came out in 2016. This is, in essence, the beauty of Overwatch. It offers choice in abundance, and even after 700 hours played, there are still heroes I'm not overly familiar with.
Bruh, can we get an F in the chat for this man? Because he spent 700 hours playing Overwatch, dude. Like, I genuinely feel bad for this guy. You know, I would be in denial too if I had spent 700 hours of my life playing fucking Overwatch. But you know, I think I have an explanation for why this guy thinks this game is a masterpiece, guys. Maybe the extreme cancer of Overwatch was just way too much for this man to handle. I mean, after 700 hours, I think even the best of us would really start to be affected by that shit, dude. I don't even know if I could hold up, but that extreme cancer must have spread to his brain, and it's affecting his decision making, and that's why by some twisted stretch of the imagination, you know, this man is claiming that Overwatch is somehow a 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
So I can switch to them, and everything feels completely fresh again. I've put an amount of time that would disgust many into Hanzo's bow and arrow skill set, but when I found myself tiring of him slightly, I decided to transfer my sniping skills over to Ana and healed my teammates instead. That was a refreshingly different form of satisfaction. Not every character is for everyone though, and that's absolutely fine.
Okay guys, I've got to come clean about something, okay? You know how I like to say that I like D.va's ass in Overwatch? Well, it's become kind of a fucking obsession, okay? Because I have like over 200 hours playing as her in Overwatch, and probably less than 2 hours in every single other hero in the game. So, you know, I do kind of have a problem, but this guy's 100% right. Not every hero is for everyone. Because when I play Overwatch, there's only one character I truly care about.
And to an extent, that's the point of Overwatch. There's an avenue for any type of player to find an accessible hero. Soldier 76 is as close to a standard character as you'll see in any other shooter, while Mercy is a great jumping in point for rookies because she can hang back out of danger and support allies. Find someone you click with, and before you'll know it, you'll be earning plays of the game, the automatically chosen moment of a match that's replayed for everyone at the end. Watching back these pivotal moments never fails to put a smile on my face, even to this day.
At this point, dude, this video should just say like sponsored by Blizzard or some shit, because this man has nothing negative to say about this game whatsoever. He completely glosses over all the balancing issues it has, you know, the shitty situation that ranked plays in right now, the awful new matchmaking system where you're literally sitting in queues for like 10 plus minutes because every single person's trying to queue up for the DPS role. I mean, it's a really shitty situation, and there's definitely a reason why Overwatch is bleeding players like fucking crazy. And on top of that, the new content they added to the game fucking sucks. But do you think this guy's gonna mention any of that shit? If you said no, you're 100% right.
By far the biggest fundamental improvement during Overwatch's 4-year lifespan is the long requested and relatively recently introduced role lock system.
I mean, you just really have to love it, dude. He's going to blindly praise them for basically anything they do at this point. Like, how can you even say the role lock system is one of the best new features? Like, holy shit, dude, what a fucking joke. I mean, personally, I really enjoy sitting in fucking queues for 10 plus minutes. I mean, it's not like I bought a video game to actually play that shit or anything.
What you may lose in flexibility from being limited to 2 characters from each class, you gain in a more satisfyingly balanced experience. It's worth the longer matchmaking times to not suffer the horror of consistently being on an unbalanced team. I have to admit that I was skeptical of role queue when it was first announced, but I couldn't be happier to have been wrong. And if the chaos of old is what you're craving, then classic quick play still exists in the arcade section of the menu for that dose of anarchic nostalgia.
I mean, if you want to talk about long wait times, try fucking queuing for arcade mode. Like, no one fucking plays that shit. 99% of people just either go to ranked or quick play. Like, they don't fucking go that deep into arcade mode. And on top of that, dude, I don't think you can honestly say that Overwatch is in a better place now with this role lock system than it was when it released, because the whole role lock system took away a lot of player choice and overall just made the game a lot less fun. Like, it took a lot of strategy out of the game, because there's times where you maybe wanted more than 2 tanks, maybe you wanted more than 2 healers, maybe you needed more DPS characters. Like, it took away a lot of strategy from the game and overall just simplified it. I don't fucking know. I don't think a lot of people would agree that it improved the game in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it just made queue times take even fucking longer than they already did. And on top of that, discourages people from trying out new heroes from different classes, because, you know, you're locked into one fucking class for the entire game. So you're going to pick the class that you're familiar with. You know, the entire point of a hero-based shooter is to try out all these different heroes from different classes, and role lock literally discourages you from doing that shit.
The iridescent universe that Overwatch inhabits is clear to see within seconds of booting up. Each map has its own colourful twist on a realish world location that varies from moonlit London streets to a colony on the moon. It's embellishments like that that set Overwatch's map pool apart from other multiplayer games, while also providing informative ornamentation for anyone willing to look a little closer. They're not only breathtaking to look at, but also brilliantly designed on a gameplay level. The launch maps were great, and all of the new additions have been a roaring success. From the beautiful Blizzard world
Nah, bro, that's gonna be a fucking X to down for me, because some of the DLC maps are complete fucking cancer. Like, for instance, that map you showed at the end of the clip, which, again, really fucking ironic. Blizzard World is probably one of the worst maps in the entire fucking game, if not the worst map. So, the DLC maps, for the most part, are pretty fucking mediocre to just downright cancerous, dude. So, again, that's gonna be a fucking X to down for me. But once again, this man cannot say anything negative about this game whatsoever.
It's laden with references to the studio's other games, to the sun-drenched oasis that provides some of Overwatch's best close-quarters firefights. The lone exception, in my judgment, is the recently introduced Paris map, which has a single choke point that can be less than fun to make your way through. Each location provides its own challenge, and learning them intricately is mandatory for success. Knowing that using Symmetra to create a teleporter across the left-hand side of Full-Sky Industries to bypass an intimidating defensive setup can lead to an accelerated point capture. Knowing where to pull off a devastating ultimate ability can turn a game in your favour in an instant. Getting the high ground and unleashing the Grease High Noon has won me and my team many a match. It's these moments that ultimately make Overwatch so special. The ability to work as a team to win is a wholly satisfying experience, and when all of the gears are in motion, there's nothing quite like it. But it also offers those special moments where an individual play can win the match for your team, and a rush of adrenaline makes its way through your body that very few other games can replicate.
Okay, for just this point, I will say I absolutely agree. Like, Overwatch is lit as fuck when you get like a 5 or 6 man squad wipe and you actually like win the game or whatever. Moments like that are really cool in Overwatch, and it's why it's a fun game for me. Even now, like, even with how cancerous the game is, I can still play it in like short bursts and enjoy myself. I can't play like 6 hours at a time like I used to, but I will say, like, those moments in Overwatch are pretty fucking cool, okay? So I will agree with him on this point, but the rest of the video, dude, complete fucking trash.
Victory!
Overwatch is a one-of-a-kind hero shooter that is far and away the best of its genre. It offers variety, depth, and style that very few come close to matching. Its 4-year-old foundation has been lovingly crafted into the unparalleled multiplayer experience that it offers today. From its now cherished characters, expertly crafted maps, and outstanding sound design, it's a masterpiece of competitive gameplay. Most importantly of all though, it's never stopped being ridiculously fun after all these years. All of these factors combine to make Overwatch a singularly special shooter, and one that I would recommend to anyone without hesitation.
And just like that, the video is over, guys. You know, this was an absolutely fantastic YouTube video. I guess what we learned here is that Overwatch is truly a masterpiece. You know, this wonderful review from IGN on a 4-year-old game that was made for some fucking reason in 2020, I have no clue, but apparently they needed some clickbait views this month. But, you know, absolutely fantastic review. It really just opened my eyes to what a fantastic game Overwatch is. I mean, this is probably the greatest video game ever produced, man. This is humanity's crowning achievement right here. This is how I want my generation to be remembered, and that, of course, being by Overwatch, guys. So if you're not playing this game right now, you're just really missing out on life, man. You have not lived unless you have played Overwatch. But anyway, guys, you know, that is going to do it for this video today. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like on it. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, a quick little update for you guys. As you know, I graduated from college recently, so I had to move out of my apartment, which was a complete pain in the ass. You know, I moved out yesterday at the time of recording this video, so I'm still trying to get shit set up. So just kind of bear with me here. And on top of that, on Monday, I start my summer internship that I have basically for the entire summer until I go off to grad school in August. So I've got a lot of shit going on at the moment, so if the uploads kind of get a little bit infrequent here and there, that's why. I'm just trying to get used to my new schedule and kind of balance all this unpacking shit, getting shit set up. Luckily, I was able to get my setup like put together pretty quickly, but who knows, man. Like in 2 months too, I have to move once again to the apartment near my graduate school. So it's kind of going to be a complete clusterfuck, but hopefully it won't really affect my uploads too much. I don't really foresee it being a problem. It's just going to be getting used to my new schedule, which may take a little while. So just kind of bear with me. I promise I'm not going to go like 3 weeks without fucking uploading a YouTube video or some shit. So it's not going to be anything like that. But anyway, guys, with that fucking little ramble out of the way, I just want to say thank you all so much for all the recent support and for taking the time out of your day to check out these videos, dude. It's really fucking awesome, and I just appreciate the absolute fuck out of every single one of you who checks out these videos. So thank you all so much for that, and I will catch you guys next time.